Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought to yourself, why do I look so tired, even though I got a good night's sleep? Or maybe you've gone through your closet, tried on 3, 4, 5 different outfits, and still ended up feeling like nothing looked quite right? You tug at your favorite top, the one you've had for years. You love it. It fits well. But when you see yourself in it now, something feels off. Like the spark is gone. Here's a little secret most people don't talk about after 60. It's not always about the style of clothing you wear, it's the color. Yep. The shades you wrap yourself in every day. The tones near your face. The little pops of color in your scarf or blouse. They can either make you look fresh and radiant, or dull and tired. See, as we age, our skin tone becomes softer, our hair may gray or lighten, and even our eyes lose a bit of that youthful brightness. And you know what that means. The colors that once made you look amazing in your 40s or 50s might actually be working against you now. But here's the good news. You don't need a fancy makeover. You don't need to buy a whole new wardrobe. You just need to learn which colors bring your features to life, and which ones are silently adding years to your look. In this video, we're going to walk through exactly how to dress in colors that make you look younger, brighter, and more confident at 60 and beyond. I'll show you the biggest color mistakes seniors make, the top shades that flatter aging skin, how to find out if you're warm or cool-toned, and how to build a wardrobe that glows without breaking the bank. By the end, you'll know how to open your closet and finally feel like, yes, that's me. That's how I want to feel today. So grab a cup of tea or coffee, settle in, and get ready, because a few small changes can completely transform how you look and feel in your clothes. And before we dive in, I've got a little challenge for you. Comment below with the color you wear the most. Let's see who's already choosing youth-boosting shades, and who's going to be pleasantly surprised today. And hey, if you care about feeling your best as you age, go ahead and tap that subscribe button. This is healthy senior advice, and we're here every week helping you look, feel, and live your best life at any age. Let's start with something a lot of us do without thinking. Wearing black. You see, Barbara, one of our longtime viewers, always swore by black. She said it was slimming, classic, and easy. And it is, don't get me wrong. But one day, at 67, she caught her reflection in the mirror and paused. The black blouse that once made her feel sleek now made her look, well, a little washed out. Her skin looked dull, her eyes tired. Then, one afternoon, a friend asked her if she was feeling okay. That's when it hit her. As we age, our skin loses pigment. It becomes paler, softer, and sometimes more uneven. Jet black, though powerful, is harsh. It creates a sharp contrast against mature skin, and instead of brightening your features, it often drains them. It absorbs light instead of reflecting it, which means it deepens the shadows around your eyes, mouth, and neck. So while black might feel like a safe color, it could be doing the opposite of what you want. It might be aging you. Now, don't panic. You don't have to ditch all your black clothes. But consider this. Try navy blue, a soft charcoal gray, a gentle taupe, or even a rich warm brown. These colors are still neutral, still slimming, but they're softer, more forgiving. They reflect just enough light to make your skin look warmer, your eyes brighter, and your face more alive. And trust me, once you see how your complexion changes in softer neutrals, you won't miss that little black dress as much as you think. But black isn't the only culprit. Let's talk about the colors that can actually bring your face back to life. Let me introduce you to John. He's 72, retired, and a proud grandpa. For years, his wardrobe was a sea of gray, beige, and white. He thought bold colors were for younger folks. But then, on a whim, his daughter gifted him a deep emerald green shirt for his birthday. He wore it to dinner. She looked at him and said, "Dad, you look 10 years younger." And she wasn't exaggerating. Why? Because jewel tones, like emerald green, sapphire blue, ruby red, and deep amethyst, are like magic on mature skin. They reflect light beautifully, they add a glow to your face, and they bring warmth back to your features that neutral shades often mute. Now here's the mistake many older adults make. They reach for beige, pale pink, or soft gray thinking it's classy or subtle. And while those can work in the right context, Too many pale or dusty colors can actually wash you out. You start to blend into your clothes instead of standing out. Try this. Next time you're shopping or just picking out an outfit, reach for a jewel-toned scarf or a top in a bold, rich color. See how it lifts your look. You might be shocked at how it makes your eyes pop and your skin glow. You don't need to go head to toe in ruby red, but a touch of color here and there? It's a game changer. Alright, now that we've covered what kinds of colors can work magic, let's take it a step deeper. Let's talk about undertones, because this is where real transformation begins. Take Patricia, for example. She always loved pinks, especially pastel ones. But every time she wore them, she'd glance in the mirror and feel a bit off. She couldn't put her finger on it, but something didn't sit right. Then she learned that she had a warm undertone, meaning her skin had more golden or peachy hues. And pastel pinks? They clashed. But when she tried coral, suddenly it all made sense. Her face lit up. The color fit. So here's how you can figure this out for yourself. If you have warm undertones, your skin might look slightly golden, peachy, or yellow in natural light. You'll probably look great in earthy tones, like olive green, gold, terracotta, and warm reds. Even mustard and rust can be stunning on you. If you have cool undertones, your skin might have hints of pink or blue. You'll shine in blues, lavenders, crisp whites, and rosy pinks. Even icy pastels and rich purples can be flattering. Now, there's a simple trick. Look at the veins on your wrist. If they appear greenish, you're likely warm-toned. If they look blue or purple, you're probably cool-toned. Another method. Hold up a piece of silver fabric and a gold fabric to your face. Notice which one makes your skin look more radiant. That's your guide. And remember, your undertone might have changed over time. Many seniors stick with colors they wore in their 30s or 40s, not realizing that shifts in hair color, skin texture, and tone might call for a little wardrobe refresh. Once you know your undertone, everything changes. You'll avoid buying clothes that make you look tired, and instead start choosing ones that lift your appearance effortlessly. And here's a great place to apply that new knowledge, when choosing whites and beiges. That's where we're headed next, because even the most basic shades can make or break your look, depending on the undertone match. Let's talk about that next. Beware of yellowed whites and dull beiges. Let me tell you about Frank. Frank had this old beige sweater. He loved it. It was soft, comfortable, easy to throw on. He wore it to the store, to family dinners, even on Sunday walks. But here's the thing, every time he wore it, people asked if he was tired or coming down with something. His daughter even pulled him aside one day and said, "Dad, you okay? You look pale." That beige sweater? It wasn't doing him any favors. One day, Frank swapped it for a crisp ivory shirt, not even a big change. But suddenly, he looked fresher, more awake, like himself again. See, here's what happens. As we age, our hair often turns gray or white, and our skin may lose some of its natural color and contrast. When you wear dull beiges or yellowed whites, they can blend too closely with your skin and hair tone, causing everything to look flat, faded, or even sickly. They don't reflect light in a flattering way, and instead of brightening you up, they actually mute your features. Now, here's a common trap. Many seniors think neutral means safe. But not all neutrals are created equal. If you're cool-toned, that off-white with a yellow tint, it can look muddy on you. What works better is a bright white, soft pearl, or even a cool blush neutral. These bounce light in just the right way. If you're warm-toned, you'll shine in ivory, champagne, or even a soft warm beige. Something with just enough golden undertone to harmonize with your skin and give you that fresh, glowy look. Next time you pull out an old favorite neutral piece, ask yourself, is this giving me life, or draining it away? Now, once your base colors are doing you justice, it's time for a little fun. Because here's where color becomes your secret weapon. Use pops of color strategically. Elaine was never a color person. She always leaned into grays and taupes. Safe, simple, comfortable. But for her granddaughter's school concert, she tried something different. She added a scarlet red scarf to her usual outfit. And what happened? She got so many compliments. From friends, family, even strangers. People told her how bright her eyes looked, how refreshed she seemed. She couldn't believe it. And the only thing she changed was that one pop of color. Here's why it works. A touch of vibrant color near your face, like in a scarf, a necklace, a blouse, or even earrings, can draw attention upward. It adds contrast, warmth, and brightness exactly where you want it. It helps define your features, especially if your hair or skin tone has softened over time. It gives your appearance that subtle lift. Now, a lot of seniors avoid color. I hear it all the time. I don't want to stand out, or I'm not trying to be flashy. But wearing color doesn't mean looking loud. It means choosing shades that enhance your natural beauty. The key is placement and tone. Start small. Try a lipstick in a shade that suits your undertone. Coral for warm skin, rose or berry for cool. Maybe a jewel-toned brooch on a neutral top, or a patterned shawl with hints of color. Even a simple pair of colored glasses frames can wake up your look without being overpowering. Because here's the truth. Color is confidence. It's a message you send to the world that says, I'm present. I'm vibrant. I'm still very much alive. And this right here, is where it all comes together. Because this isn't just about clothes. It's not about being trendy or keeping up appearances. It's about how you feel when you walk into a room. It's about how your reflection makes you smile again. It's about reclaiming that spark that never really left. You just needed the right colors to bring it back out. Let's talk about what that really means, and how dressing for youthfulness is actually about so much more than fashion. Because next, we're going to explore the deeper reason why this matters. And I promise, it's not what you think. You know, there's a moment that many of us face, and it doesn't always get talked about. It's that quiet morning when you catch your reflection in the mirror. And for a second, you pause. Not because you're checking your hair or adjusting your collar, but because the face looking back feels unfamiliar. Like it's changed while you weren't watching. And that feeling, it can sneak up on you. It can feel like time has somehow run ahead of you and left you standing still, wondering where the glow went, where you went. But here's the thing I want you to hold on to. You haven't disappeared. You haven't faded. You're still here, with stories etched into every smile line, and a light inside that color can help bring back to the surface. Wearing the right colors isn't just about style. It's not vanity. It's about reclaiming a sense of identity, about seeing yourself clearly again and saying, there I am. That's me. When the colors around you are dull, life can start to feel that way too. But when you surround yourself with tones that lift, warm, and brighten, something shifts. You walk a little taller. You feel a little stronger. And maybe, just maybe, you smile at that reflection again. Not because it looks younger, but because it finally looks like you. This journey isn't about fighting age. It's about celebrating it. Every year, every wrinkle, every gray hair. It's all part of the masterpiece you've been creating. And color. It's one of the simplest, most beautiful ways to honor that story. So tomorrow, just try this. Pick a color you haven't worn in years. Maybe something bold, maybe something soft but rich. Try it on. Take a photo. Look in the mirror. Not to judge, but to see. Notice how it makes you feel. Not how it makes you look, but how it lights something up inside. Because it's not about trends or fashion rules. It's about you, feeling present, proud, and powerful in your own skin. And no, you don't need to empty your closet or spend a fortune. All it takes is a few thoughtful color choices. Just a scarf here, a blouse there. Small changes with big impact. Because when you feel good, it shows. And when it shows, the world sees you, the vibrant, wise, radiant person you've always been. So yes, go ahead. Start small. Start today. And rediscover just how alive your reflection can feel. Let's quickly go over the 5 things we talked about today, so you can start making powerful choices right away. First, skip the harsh blacks. Instead, go for softer neutrals like navy, taupe, or charcoal. They'll flatter your skin without overwhelming it. Second, lean into jewel tones. Emerald green, sapphire blue, ruby red. These rich colors add vibrance and make your skin glow. Third, know your undertone. warm or cool. This one thing can completely change how color works for you. Use the gold versus silver trick to find your match. Fourth, watch out for dull beiges and yellowed whites. These can wash you out. Choose creamy ivories or soft pearls instead, based on your undertone. And finally, don't be afraid of a color pop. A scarf, lipstick, or even a fun pair of earrings in a color you love can brighten not just your face, but your whole day. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these tips are you most excited to try? Or maybe there's a color you've always loved, but felt unsure about? Tell me in the comments. I read every one, and I'd love to hear your story. And if you found this helpful, if it sparked something in you, please give it a like. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Here on Healthy Senior Advice, we're building a community that lifts each other up, and I'd love for you to be part of it. Because aging isn't the end of beauty, it's the beginning of owning it on your terms. Thank you for sharing your time with me today. Truly, it means the world. And remember, stay colorful, stay confident, and as always, stay healthy. I'll see you in the next video.